little more skill and finesse. These are restaurant-worthy individual coconut cream pies. I'm using the essential pie dough recipe that I made for those butter tarts, and I'm rolling out the pastry. A little sprinkle of flour ensures the pastry won't stick. I just press it in. I will use the same technique that I did with pumpkin pie, just make clean edges. I find for individual or miniature pies that metal works well because it conducts the heat quickly and the pies actually take less time to bake. I have to give this time to chill. That gives me the opportunity to make the coconut cream custard. Most cream pies are made with a custard filling, essentially like making a pudding. And in this case, because of the coconut cream, I'm using coconut milk, a full tin of it. And I'll heat this up on medium with a little bit of vanilla bean paste. 2 teaspoons. 5 tablespoons of cornstarch into 5 egg yolks. Along with the cornstarch and the egg yolks, 1/3 of a cup of sugar. Whisk this together. As soon as the coconut milk comes up to a simmer, I'll slowly add it to this mixture while whisking. Just a gentle simmer on the coconut milk. And now I'll return this all back to the heat and stir it until the cornstarch thickens and it just begins to bubble. This only takes a minute or 2. I do this on medium heat as well. I've got a strainer ready with 3 tablespoons of butter, or the pastry cream right over top. The pastry chef always strains their sauces. Okay, the butter has melted, and now to go with the coconut. Just a splash of rum is nice, but of course it's optional. I like a lot of coconut in my coconut cream pie. I'll add 2/3 of a cup of sweetened flaked coconut. And now this has to spend a little time cooling, but I'll cover the surface directly with plastic wrap, which you should do with any cooked custard of this style to avoid a skin on the surface of it. Once it cools to room temperature, I'll chill it down completely. And in the time it took me to make the custard, the pastry shells with the pie dough have chilled perfectly. So the first thing I do is stalk it with a fork. This allows for air expansion, so you don't get a little air bubble at the bottom of your pie shell. What I simply use is a second pie plate, put right on top of the pie shell, then I bake it upside down. Now I have metal conducting heat on both sides, and it browns evenly, top and bottom, and bakes all the way through. These are ready for the oven. Just like the butter tarts and the pumpkin pie, I bake these in a 400-degree oven for 8 minutes. Then I turn the oven down to 375, and 8 to 10 minutes later after that, they're beautifully done. So you can see the bottom's beautifully done. And when you flip it over, the inside has that perfect golden brown. I'll let these cool with the tins on, and when it's cooled, they're ready to fill. I already have some cooled and ready for filling. There we go. I've got my chilled pastry cream. I like to lighten the texture of the coconut cream filling by adding a little whipped cream. 2 cups of whipping cream whipped to a soft heat. There we go. And I add just a touch of sugar and my secret ingredient, skim milk powder. You can add it at any point when you whip the cream, and the skim milk powder holds every dollop, swirl, and pipe of whipped cream for hours and hours and hours. A little splash of vanilla. Just finish mixing this in. So I just stir about 3/4 of a cup of the whipped cream into the coconut cream filling. That's just enough, just to lighten it. Generous dollop of the coconut cream filling. The remaining whipped cream I put in a piping bag fitted with a star tip. The flourish has a big swirl on top. And if that isn't enough, the finishing touch, some toasted coconut curls. All I do is take a fresh coconut and use a vegetable peeler and peel these shavings off. Spread them on a baking tray, a little dusting of icing sugar. Ooh, about 10 minutes in a 350 oven, and you've got the perfect garnish for your coconut cream pie.